back to my channel. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a tour update on my landscape and gardening. And he says hello too. It's June 4th, so kind of late to the season getting stuff going. I feel like a lot of people are ahead of me with a lot like zinnias and cosmos and whatnot. But getting a lot of stuff planted. I'll give you guys a quick tour with where I'm at with seeds and kind of what I'm planning on for the garden beds this season. Alrighty, so this kind of shows you roughly what I'm working with. This was clearly not here before. Forgot to take a prior video before I started putting the hay down and cardboard and whatnot, but I have different hostas. I did put some of the polar bear zinnias in the back. I've actually started these from seed. These are the yellow Rebecca. And I've got two different hydrangeas here. The Yankee Doodle, lilac. More hydrangeas in the back. So kind of my idea is I put some more cosmos, some daisies, I think, because a Swan River mix I put there. Let's see. It's the Craspedia, if I'm saying it correctly. It's a yellow drumstick. I put those kind of in the middle there and there as well. So I'm kind of hoping to do more Cosmos Zinnia there. And then a lot of these hostas I got last fall on clearance. These I didn't have a chance to plant into the ground, unfortunately. So they've just been in pots all winter and they started coming back up. These guys I was able to get in the ground last fall, and you can kind of see the difference. It's just, like I said, I want to say it was probably September-ish time frame when I planted these guys, and that kind of gives you an idea what they look like being in pots over winter versus in the ground. Same with her. I planted her at the same time, and also the same with the hydrangeas. They were about half the size of that when I planted them, and they really didn't have a whole lot of leaves. I got them, I think, in Tractor Supply on clearance for, I don't know, 12, 15 bucks. So I've at least doubled, if not tripled in size since I got them. Same with the lilac. And then here, I've got a few allium that are coming up. I do have a few, like Rebecca, coming up, a few more lavender. Had quite a few, I feel like, of the Rebecca that actually did not come up because I had a whole patch here. And I don't see any trace of them coming up at all, so I'm kind of bummed about that because I had some really pretty ones that I got on clearance, and I planted, I want to say, around September-ish, so maybe they just didn't have enough time to get their roots settled before the ground froze. So that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like right now. And then here, some stuff's starting to come up. I actually have cosmos. I had a bunch that I put here last year, making a mistake. I didn't realize they got so tall. And I guess some of the seeds fell off the flowers and they overwintered, and now they're coming up, which I'm actually kind of bummed about because I just planted some more cosmos in the back here because I didn't realize they got so big. So I was like, oh, this year I'm just going to put them in the back, and then now I've got these guys coming up. So I don't know if I can transplant them or not. The salvia I put there last fall, that's actually coming up nicely. The lavender actually looks really good. So there's that. I did get some of the seeds planted here as more of the yarrow. I can show you. This is the yarrow that I planted throughout. It's by Baker Creek. First time using them, so I use Baker Creek, M.I. Gardner, and Botanical Interest. I've used M.I. Gardner before. Love that company. Love him and his family. I've had wonderful luck with their seeds, but Baker Creek and Botanical Interest is the first time using them, so I'll be curious to see how the seeds do. In the meantime, I'll show you guys, I got Bean and Millie hatched some little baby ducklings, so they're getting ready for bed. And these are some of the other girls, some of the little ones that I recently got. This is the Splash Goodness one got. Got some babies at an auction. So this is our little chicken tractor house for a little bit. They seem to be very happy and cozy out here. I'll share a video here in a second with one of the little Easter eggers. I got them a little swing, so I was very excited that they finally started using it. But they're the sweetest girls, and then Brahmi here, she's kind of a she's a smuggled chicken. She's got a bad hip, so she doesn't hang out with all the other chickens because she gets trampled. So she has a hard time getting around. So Brahmi hangs out with all the little babies. She's a good mom. I got some Splash Silkies, Lavender Orpingtons, the Splash Old Lace Wyandottes, Easter Eggers, Black Marans, and Salmon Favarellis, if I'm saying it correctly. So all new breeds to me. I'm excited to give them a try. I will say I like my Brahmas and my Wyandottes a lot. I feel like they're very in your lap. Lovey chickens, so I really enjoy them. And I'll show you. They're like their little, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. They like to sun themselves. A lot of them still have, they have their feathers, so they don't need a heat lamp. But there's still some little baby, I know, Brahmi. There's some little bitty silkies in here that they still enjoy their heat lamps. So, that's the girls. This is one of the tractors that I have out here. So that way they can kind of get rotated around the yard and enjoy their grass time while they're growing up. I'll show you guys another area that I'm working on. I feel like it's so silly for not recording half the stuff before I started working on it. I feel like I'm like a quarter or halfway through it and never started a before video to really show you guys what it looked like, but I'll rotate it real quick. So, anyway, get out of the flower bed, baby. So this was all grass. And clearly, and it had, the tree was cut down when I bought the place, but had a lot of weeds, and so dug it out. I've got a bunch of cosmos, zinnia, got different grasses that I got last fall on clearance. I think I paid like $3 to $5 per grass. I've got a hydrangea, salvia. I got a bunch of lavender, Shasta daisies. I've got Russian sage, and then I put dwarf cosmos, and then Elysium, I think is how you say it. Kind of spread around so it'll be kind of a carpet. Here, I'll do a wide video. So my idea is kind of like the purple theme with the grasses. I've seen a lot of ideas on Pinterest that I really, really like. And then I have Elysium, if I'm saying it correctly, in there, and Forget-Me-Not. So it's going to be kind of like a blue, purple, white, just kind of cooler toned garden. So I'm excited about that. Alrighty, and then here we're rototilling it up. Eventually, I'm hoping to have picket fence kind of along here. I picked up some on Marketplace. It's like the PVC. I was going to do wood, but that ended up was going to cost quite a bit. So I got, it's just enough to do this line here, and I think I paid like $500 off of Marketplace for the posts and the PVC fence and everything. So we're going to put the PVC fence through here. So it'll be kind of like picket fence, and then I'm going to do a row of zinnia. And I'm actually thinking next year, I'll see how the zinnias look. I feel like that's going to be really pretty, but I kind of like the idea of doing like pink roses and then maybe lavender on the inside. I don't know, kind of thinking of different ideas. So this is all going to be zinnias. And then this here, one of my friends, Levi, the one that built the chicken coop for me, I'm going to have him build me a little farm shed for here. Or not a little farm, like old farm stand. So that way I can sell eggs and vegetables and cut flour. So that's going to be more or less right here. Then the picket fence will start here and go down. And then for here, I actually just healed this up. This is on the outside of the wood fence. I'm going to do just wildflowers. So I'm thinking I could do the perennial ones where they come back each year. I won't have to worry about mowing it. Plus it'll help with the pollinators. So I'm excited. We kind of did something like this at the farm. and I really enjoy it. A few people stop and take pictures of it, so that was really nice. But so this will all be wildflowers. And then here's kind of from this view. This is what I worked on last year, kind of like midsummer fall. This is more hostas that I got on clearance. And you could see they kind of had midsummer to grow, so that's why they're a little bit bigger than the ones on that side. Um, but and there's 2 hydrangeas there. I think they're the Bobo hydrangeas, if I remember correctly. You know, last year when I put them in, they bloomed a little bit, but they didn't really, they didn't seem like the blooms did very well. So I'm kind of worried because of it's so shady over here. I know they said they're not great for direct sunlight, but so I'm curious. I'll see how they do this year. If they do great, I'll leave them. If the blooms seem like they don't do well, then I might replace them with something else. The goal here, I'm going to do another video on the porch because it's a hot mess. I still have my my dead ferns. I've left them because all the little wild birds like to go up in there and play, and so they're always hanging out in the fern basket. So I've kind of just left them over the winter until I get some new ones here in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to do hydrangeas around the front here, along with around the front of the house. But that's a whole nother video and project. So I got to trim up around this bush. I've got hydrangeas that I'm continued here. I got some more that I got last year on clearance. I just have to get those planted, and I'm still trying to decide what to do with this corner. But and then we're back to this area here. So I'm really excited to see once the seeds start coming up. I still have a lot more seeds to put down, but I wanted to give you guys an update on kind of what it looks like right now. And then hopefully in a month I can give you another update. Hopefully things are starting to, it looks more attractive. And then here is the rose bed. It's actually coming along really nice. I'm really excited. These were all clearance roses, believe it or not. I got them kind of throughout late summer. Just whenever I'd find like half dead ones at all the big box stores and whatnot, I would pick them up. So I got all different varieties here. Some of them are really, really looking good. Definitely got to come in here and weed. I feel like that is like a non-stop job. It's like my least favorite thing to do in the garden is weed. And then all the irises sadly have came to an end. And that kind of gives you an idea. All right. And then here, right now I just have the cardboard with the mulch hay on top of it. I will say I really recommend if you have any leftover cardboard, you could pick any up from the box stores. Pick up as much cardboard as you can because this was all grass. I put pretty heavy cardboard down. There was some areas with little boxes you can kind of see where they got through the cracks. But it's completely, for the most part, killed it out. How I could have went, I feel like I made a mistake and I used little boxes, like little Amazon boxes and whatnot, and they're kind of a pain because it's just not really worth it. But so that's why you see like a lot of the where they at, like the little ones coming through. This side over here I didn't put any cardboard down because there's a bunch of berries. But I got a weeping willow here in the corner. So my goal here, I think, got a bunch of hydrangeas still in pots that I got on clearance last year that I have to put in here. I'll make this wider for you guys. I feel like the lighting's getting really bad. My phone's having a hard time focusing. But I have a bunch of, I want to say the azaleas, hydrangeas. I also have some blueberry plants, so I got to find a place for kind of in here too, because I know they need acidic, so they're going to need to be kind of separate from everybody. But that's kind of my goal here for shrub-wise, kind of more bigger shrubs. And then here, this is my compost area. So sadly, since it's my compost area, all the table scraps and everything apparently I think they're squash. I'm really not sure what they are. They're pretty. I'm just going to kind of leave them and see what they produce. But I have a bunch of, I want to say they're blackberries. Last year they kind of got heads on them, but they weren't doing very well, so I trimmed them back. And then this year they seem to be doing really, really well. I kind of thinking the idea of building some kind of trellis wall here and maybe training them to, I don't know, follow the trellis. Maybe put cages up so they're not just kind of like wild. So that way it's easier to get to the berries, but that's that. Right. And then last area for now. So this is a lilac. Not too sure what these two are, but this one has pink blooms, that one has white. I have a blossoming cherry there, a peach there, and then an apple just on the other side, and then a hydrangea's kind of in between. So kind of the same thing. I'm thinking more or less zinnia, cosmos, Rebecca, black-eyed Susan, stuff like that. I think in here, kind of like I'm going to do on the other side. This is kind of like my last project to work on, but that is that. Alright, you guys, decided to come out here since it was fresh teal and go ahead and plant all the wildflower seeds along the fence line. Got some marigold seeds, hopefully you can see it okay, and sunflower seeds that I collected last year from the flowers. This is a mixed bag of wildflower seeds that I collected and mixed together, and then we got zinnia and I think cosmos in here that I collected last year that we'll plant along the fence line. Alrighty, and in here I ended up planting Sweet Williams Indian carpet mix. So I'm kind of curious to see how that'll look. It says I think it only gets 6 inches tall, so I thought that'd be perfect for the wheelbarrow. Not entirely sure what this bush is. If you guys have any idea, let me know. It's got the prettiest little flowers on it. It's crooked. Hey guys, it's the next day. We're going to be working on, these two went late last night. We have 2 more that are just starting to come up. Just kind of see them. They're not very big yet. I'm going to plant those 2, and I'm going to plant these guys. Got these on clearance last fall. They seem like they're still doing okay, so we're going to get those planted. And we'll be done with this bed for now. And then for this area here, we're going to do the Cosmos blend. And we're also going to do Xenia that I got from Botanical Interest. It's the Xenia elegans Mazurkia. I'm probably pronouncing it horribly wrong, but I'm going to put those there because these get pretty tall. Alrighty guys, there we have it. Everything has been planted seed-wise. I'll do another update once everything starts to grow. Kind of gives you an idea. I'm very excited to see what it'll look like here in another month to 2 months. And I got the hostas planted there. Just have, I think, one more I gotta put in here. You can kind of see the blooms coming on the hydrangeas. Now, I didn't get to show you guys the front of the house either. I know I talked about putting hydrangeas on the front, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'm going to get the Incredible white hydrangeas, put them across the front, and then also I'm going to be doing them across here and down the side as well. Come over here so I can give you guys a better glimpse. There's Annie Banani. So there'll be hydrangeas there, and then across the front as well. I think I'm going to do white across the front and then white and pink, the Incredibles there. That kind of gives you an idea what it looks like beforehand. I'll do a video on that, a separate video. And you can kind of see the zinnias coming up here, some of the cosmos. So that's very exciting. Starting to look really nice. And here is the last little bit. I was trying to show you guys earlier in the video, but it was getting dark, so this is a little bit better lighting to show you guys. But of the different hostas, I have the different hydrangeas in the back. You can kind of see them, and then the allium, which is a nice little touch. There's actually a little mama bird that's been building a nest in that birdhouse, so that's really exciting. Been watching her take little bits of hay and twigs in there. So not too much I'm going to do different here. I do have some hollyhocks that I planted seeds last year that are coming up. I planted them along the whole row, but it looks like that's the only batch that is actually coming up, sadly. But that's about all I'm doing for this area. I'm going to have a little bit of the hollyhocks in the back, the hydrangeas, and then the hostas, but that's that. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to have lots more garden videos coming up. I'm also remodeling the bathroom in my little stone cottage that I'm going to post here shortly once I'm finished with that, and that's that. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any recommendations or suggestions or any ideas for gardening or plant stuff, let me know. And then let me know what you guys find out for like labeling your plants over the winter. Because like I was saying, I've been leaving the tags on them, but I feel like half of them must have got lost with the wind. I'm not really sure. But what do you guys use for labeling your plants that actually last all year? So let me know. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I also wanted to share with you guys that I have your OK silks. You can see them. The little baby duck is hatching. Little babies. You're okay, Mama. Yeah, they're little babies. So She's all good. You're okay. You're okay. He's got little babies. There's three. Oh, one actually is coming out. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. I will let her be. Good job, Mama. You'll take care of those babies. You'll take care of those babies.